Press record. We got the bizarre lore, the bizarre lore of Dan the Man. Yeah, jump into it.
Dan the Man is a mobile platformer game made by Half Brick Studios, but it actually started out as just a Flash animation.
I remember as a Flash. Like, I played this game back when? 2017? No, it wasn't 2017. It's just inspired by the other YouTube. I like the name is Noob 2.0. Noob 2.0. Okay, see. Go Void then. Go with Void.
Series by Studio Joho, an Australian animation company who are mainly known for a few of the Jetpack Joyride
They made this game?
animations and some not so family
Yo,
friendly stuff. But to be honest,
Phyllis? What's up? Not much, man. Not much. I'm trying to read your name. I'm trying to give you a name, bro. I'm sorry. I do. Some people, they have full names and I just shrink it. What do I call you? Lloyd 4? Lloyd. I'll call you Lloyd. Lloyd 4. What's up, man?
Dan the Man isn't any better.
Lee. What am I reading? It's Lee. Sorry. Lee 4? Lee 4. Let's go with Lee.
Story-wise, that is. It started out as a weird web series and was developed into a game in around 2015. Dan the Man is just your typical
Today, my stream is just... It just started, not gonna lie to you. I started like 37 minutes ago. By the way, where are you from? South Africa.
platformer game with good controls and enough free content to keep you playing for a little while. Now,
Yeah, you needed to have like internet connection to play this game. That's what I hated. I did not get past this area, this green area. I did not get to a boss level.
obviously, because this is a mobile game, Half Brick stuffed it with ads, microtransactions, and extra content, which is locked behind a paywall.
Yeah.
But they gotta make money somehow, so I can't really blame them for these. Don't give me an ad.
Oh.
Do not.
Well, I used to switch off my connection to my Wi-Fi because of that. I'll only turn it on to get to level 4 and 5. Yo.
I have to wait 6 whole hours just to play the next stage? And the ad just passes 1 hour? Really? I need to watch an ad to use the revive potion that I already own. Anyways, the thing that makes Dan the Man stand out is the lore behind it, which is trying to send a message while also being very peculiar. The story of this game is told with these videos on YouTube, which are called stages. And if you've played the game, you probably know that the game does not start from stage 1. It starts from stage 8 for some reason, and it also has a different ending. In stage 1, we see Dan enter his name and the game starts.
Damn.
He beats up some red ninjas and defeats a robot to save the princess. Little did he know that this princess is actually just a materialist who is only there for Dan's money. After saving her, the requests start rolling in. Where is your house? I want a new car. I want a new pool. I want a new diamond ring. Even Dan gets tired of her midway, but he keeps fulfilling these requests, which make him go broke. So he gets a job, and while he was working overnight, the princess went on a trip using the shopkeeper's helicopter. Dan keeps working, the princess buys more shit, Dan goes in debt, and eventually 2 big buff men come and take all of their stuff away. Dan tries to stop them, but he can't, so the princess breaks up with him, and even the dog pisses on him.
Good riddance.
I just had to mention that. And then, it hasn't even been a minute. The princess and the shopkeeper try to run away with the helicopter, but Dan chases them, and in the process kills the dog. And then everyone dies. So in his next life, after defeating the robot and the ninjas again, Dan just hands the key over to the shopkeeper.
Yeah, go. No, we're not doing this, bro. We're not doing this.
In stage 2, Dan and a new character called Josie defeat a robot that was attacking the village, and then they fall in love, which activates a bonus stage for them. But suddenly, the stage ends and they get stuck on a platform in the middle of the sky. And they also get attacked by the red ninjas. Mid-fight, Dan unlocks a new ability, which is communication with NPCs. So after they get hit by a
He wasn't able to talk. Okay.
rocket and are falling down, he does this and saves them both.
Oh. Power of love, I guess.
In stage 3, Dan and Josie decide to get some drinks, and on their way, they also see the eliminated ninjas.
They're dead!
Now, Dan isn't really fazed by any of this, but Josie, well, she's traumatized. Then they go to a bar and
What the fudge? They were trying to kill you!
a drunk man picks up a fight with Dan, which doesn't end well for him, nor the paramedics. After failing to run away, Dan gets caught and they electrocute him twice. And in his last life, he does the same.
Yo, unfortunately, my headset broke today because of my another cat, so I can't hear your voice. It would be great if you could respond through the chat instead. What the fudge, man? Ah! You can't even hear the video? Let me just say sorry, bro. Yo!
thing again and runs away. But while he's getting chased by a helicopter, he finds this guy called the White Master. And aside from giving him an extra life, he also shows him the backstory of the drunk man and how he was raised in a not so good household. So in his last life, instead of fighting the drunk man, Dan just befriends him. Now you can already tell how the story is too deep for a funny pixelated platformer game. But
do I play League of Legends? Hell no. Let me type that to this guy. Oh my goodness, no. No, sorry. I'm not playing that. I'm not playing that. Oh no, sorry. Damn. This guy asks me questions mid-video. And with the Dan game, what can I say? Okay, you befriended him. I guess he got extra life. Then now he's friend. Wait, isn't this the guy in the game who gives you extra weapons? I'm not sure.
But it's about to get much worse.
Stage 4.
Stage 4 might be the weirdest stage in the whole series. Right from the start, as Dan and Josie are going to Josie's room, this happens.
What the fudge, bro? Why is everyone asking where I'm from? And what's on my screen, bro? Damn it.
Then, as Dan and Josie are trying to get freaky, well, Dan doesn't know what he's doing, so he asks the two men what he should do, and what the fuck is going on here? So instead, he asks Josie, and judging by this animation, they fuck.
Damn.
In stage 5, a dragon attacks the castle, and Dan tries to fend it off, which he fails to do. Then he's saved by the king's guards, and for some reason they nominate Dan as a hero, and they also invite him to the king's party. He also becomes friends with the king, who is a useless slob who clearly doesn't run things here. Then Josie is approached by this blue-haired girl, who shows her the unethical ways the government is using to produce energy. So she and some of the red ninjas free the baby dragon, but the blue-haired girl gets killed by the Dark Master. Meanwhile, Dan is losing his mind, but in the end, Josie and Dan return the baby dragon to its mother, and Dan does this.
Damn, bro. This is true. Oh wait, you're still there. Oh, bro, I don't know if you're here or not, man. Man. Don't know if this guy. Right. Ask so many questions. This game is truly not for kids. Thank goodness I didn't make it into the castle levels.
Stage 6 starts with an update to the game, which introduces online multiplayer. And as Dan and Josie are exploring the new area, Dan comes across another player named Anna. They start chatting and Dan says this, and Anna even invites Dan to her house, which leaves Josie heartbroken.
What do you mean?
And while Dan and Anna are busy having fun, Josie realizes that she's pregnant and starts her evil emo arc.
The hell?
Stage 7 starts with Dan going back to Josie, but she just ignores him. Meanwhile, businessmen are deciding what they should do to make energy now that the baby dragon is gone. They could use solar panels or
Okay. This guy's in my comments. Yeah, basically you're a professional graphic designer with years of experience in classes. Nah, I'm good.
wind turbines, which is suggested by the only logical people there. But no, the king's advisor has a better idea, which is...
Today's subject, slavery.
And the king starts flexing his massive achievement. Back to Dan and
king is
Josie.
dumb as hell.
Dan keeps following Josie around and says that he loves her, but Josie responds with a "you should love yourself now." And while going after her, he falls off a platform. Meanwhile, the villagers are getting kidnapped for
Slavery.
Damn.
So Josie decides to get help from the White Master to stop thinking about Dan, but then the Dark Master captures her. The two good businessmen catch the news about
Slavery.
from one of the guards and they also share it with the villagers before getting assassinated. And since the ninjas were already planning an attack on the castle, with this news going around, they found a great opportunity. And just before Dan's body is put to rest,
you're right.
he respawns, and now it is up to him, the protagonist, to either choose war, which is the ninja's idea, or a peaceful way of getting things right, which is the villager's idea. The decision is yours.
Really?
In stage 8, which is the final stage, Dan chooses war, and they actually start to win. But you'll also see that a lot of the ninjas are corrupt and start looting every shop and eliminating everyone and everything in their way, no matter who they are or what they are doing. They also make the mistake of exploding the villagers who they were going to save, which is genuinely one of the biggest fumbles imaginable. Josie also loses her mind over the fact that Dan has respawned, which isn't something new. He did get electrocuted multiple times in stage 3 and Josie didn't really seem bothered by it. Anyways, the ninjas basically wipe out most of the people, including the king, and even the people who were helping them in this raid. And in the end, the leader of the ninjas shoots the advisor, Josie, and Dan, only to get jumped on himself, and with his last breath, he activates bombs that he had planted under the castle, and then everyone dies. Dan did have an extra life, however, and this time, instead of choosing war, he just beats up some of the red ninjas. Or that's how it ends in the game, because as I mentioned...
Wait, all this is in the game? All this is in the game! All of this is in the game! All of this. I just assumed you need to watch it on YouTube to get these cutscenes, but all of these cutscenes are in the game! Damn! Damn, my boy, damn. You really have a return by death ability, my guy. Damn, dog. Damn, dude.
Here, the game's plot is different from the web series. I don't know why they changed some of this stuff, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But what does it all mean? Well, based on stages 1 to 8, Dan the man was just trying to say, be a better person. Simple as that. Throughout the series, Dan makes a lot of mistakes and wrong choices, but he makes up for them afterwards. Even though this game had one fucked up story, it is just saying you need to be good in a world where everyone is bad. Half Brick is still continuing the story with new stages, and they are also working on Dan the Man 2, which shows their love for the series, even though they haven't posted any updates in the past 20 years.
God dang, bro. Sorry, Carter, man, but can't do that for you. What the fudge? How am I? Oh, okay. Man, I was panicking. tagging me in that one. Yeah, that was Dan the Mandalore. Sorry, got interrupted by chat here and there. My bad. But yeah, it was Dan the Man. Didn't know it was that crazy, bro. Hey, man, if you have experience about how it's just crazy, I just can't believe it. I'm sorry. I'm just tripping. This is cute. Another video. Peace. Yeah.